up when I was 12 years old. My friends were busy experimenting with electric blue eyeshadow and root beer-flavored lip smackers, swooning over that new greasy-haired boy. And so was I. That was until I got drop-kicked by a word with more syllables in the back of a package of Hostess cupcakes. Membranoproliferative glomerulonephritis. That's a mouthful, or a lungful, for my sister Leia, whose lungs began to drown in fluid. Leia, at age 16, was my kingdom come. I worshipped her. She's sick. Injustice had chosen the closest thing I had to divinity as the butt of his cruel joke. And while I was too young to understand kidney failure and chronic autoimmune disorders, I was not too young to understand chaos. Now you should know I'm obsessive compulsive. My bookshelf at home is alphabetized, including all 21 of my Nancy Drew novels. So what did I do? I closed my door and made lists. I drew boxes and cleaned incessantly, but the order and symmetry were not an antidote strong enough. It wasn't until I let myself be wrapped in the dizzying embrace of chaos that I found peace in leaving some messes untidied and some questions unanswered. So much beauty can come from chaos, but it's not the obvious kind. It's subtle and dazzling and, yes, uncontrollable. It was mayhem that healed me. But why was I chaos deficient? Well, as it turns out, it's not just me, it's an epidemic. Dr. Jonathan Marshall of the University of Technology in Sydney has diagnosed humanity in saying that we flee from disorder because it's associated with evil. In short, the phobia of disarray has become so prevalent that we've come up with a quick fix. So what's the wonder drug? It's order. And the moment it's lost, that's where the fear lies. We are forgetting, though, that often the greatest things transcend our realm of comprehension. But even beyond that is the physical hardwiring of the human body toward chaos. Harvard Medical School professor Ari Goldberg, through his multi-decade studies of EKG patterns, discovered that rhythmic behaviors are a symptom of pathologies such as epilepsy and Parkinson's disease, while chaotic physical function indicates health. So what about the brain? Psychologists of the University of Minnesota, Kathleen Vose, placed volunteers in messy and neat rooms and asked them to do busy work. After a period of time, they were given a creativity test. Those in the chaotic environment were vastly more likely to stray from the ordinary and invent something new. That's why it's important that your body and mind exist on the edge of chaos, because it is the stem of creativity and the birth mother of spontaneity and genius. I fell in love with that technicolor madness, those bewildering arrows pointing me every which way only to be lost, because I am lost. And it's a beautiful disaster. I'm never going to understand what happened to my sister. But my hands are tired of gripping a makeshift reasoning I created to try and make order. It was in those months following Leia's diagnosis that chaos and I became better acquainted. Now my bookshelf at home is still alphabetized and my room still clean. But I dance like I have something to prove, like I don't care about looking stupid. I run faster than any fear I've ever known. I trust blindly and I love unconditionally, and I held my sister's hand in that hospital even though I had no idea what would happen. It was the toss of a coin, the roll of a dice. But why clutch the last scraps of reason when it's so much more pleasant to free fall? And as for that phobia of the unknown, the order, it isn't working. So I'm going to prescribe something new, a healthy, hearty dose of chaos. Doctor's orders. Thank you.